Today, what I want to talk to you about is types of people who shouldn't be in business. You'll have a lot of motivational speakers who will say, you can do anything that you put your mind towards. And I totally agree with that. But in reality, most people are not like that. In business, it's really, really tough. In fact, people in business fail within their first year and about 90% fail within 5 years. So business is a really tough game. It's a gladiator sport. It's really hard, and that's why I just want to share this with you, because I see this very often, and I see that when businesses fail, I notice a certain pattern of the type of person and the type of mindset they have in general, right? Just a quick disclaimer, there's always exceptions to the rule, but these are my rules. And if you're like the list of things I'm about to say, you're probably going to end up as a statistic, unless somehow you manage to do something magical that breaks the rules. Types of people who shouldn't be in business are people who cannot adapt to change. People who cannot adapt to change. Business requires change. In fact, life requires change. But if you're in business and you cannot adapt to change, you will end up like the vinyl record industry or Nokia. You will end up being outpaced, outchanged, outadapted by the market, and you'll be left behind. And the business world is changing every single day. So if you cannot adapt to change, you will find business very hard, because look how fast technology is changing these days. The second type of person who shouldn't be in business is someone who cannot improve. In the world of business, to be able to keep up with everyone else, to be able to just maintain, actually requires a certain level of improvement. So if you're the type of person who cannot bring yourself to improve, who cannot focus or dedicate time for improvement, then I would say don't even start, because you require a great deal of improvement just to keep pace, just to stay in the game. So whatever it is that you're doing, if it's working, do that. But if you want to be in business and you want to actually survive in business, you need to be able to improve. The third type of people or person who shouldn't be in business are people who cannot handle risk. Business is full of risks. Everything you do, you are exposed to risk. You are exposed to liability. You're exposed to things going wrong. You're exposed to losing your money. So if you cannot handle risk, you need something much more safer, because business is full of risk, and you need to be able to be comfortable with that risk and be able to live with that risk. If you're not able to handle risk, it is very, very difficult to be in business. You are responsible for everything. So all the risk is on you as the business owner. The other type of person who shouldn't be in business is the type of person who cannot handle failure. If you require to consistently succeed or not fail, then again, forget about business. Because if you start a business and you're in your first year, most of that year is going to be failure. Second year, you're going to be mostly experiencing failure. In fact, most years, you're probably going to be feeling like you're failing, except time to time, if you hang around long enough, you will start seeing successes come through every now and then it feels hard again. So if you cannot stand failure and you cannot live with yourself when you fail, business is probably not the right thing for you. The other type of person who shouldn't be in business are people who cannot handle stress. Business is very stressful. Some memes out there show this like really old, like 100-year-old person saying, "Hey, I feel good. I'm in business, and I'm 28, and I'm an entrepreneur." Absolutely, that's a great example of someone in business who cannot handle stress. If you can handle stress, then you have half a chance. But if you cannot handle stress, guess what? With all the risk that you're taking, with all the different overwhelming things that you have to do, you will struggle being in business. The next thing, this is something that's a little bit more subtle, so you have to try and process this a bit more deeply. You cannot be in business if you cannot take ownership, right? If you start a business and you own the business, everything, all the problems, everything belongs to you. You've got to own it. No one else is going to own it for you. So if you can't take ownership, don't even try and start a business. I have someone I know said, just a lovely, lovely person, cannot take ownership in business, cannot actually bring himself to make decisions and grab problems and take it and run with it.
Oh dear.
And the problem with this is you can't have other people helping you who care more about your business than you do. If you don't own your business and you don't own the problems and the responsibilities in there, no one else is gonna care more about your business than you do. So if you can't take ownership of your business, don't even start. This is the last one. This is my number 7. The type of person who wants a magic pill. So what do I mean by that? They want to be able to pay someone to make everything go away. They want to be able to pay someone to make everything happen, right? Just because you're paying someone in business, it doesn't mean that they will get the job done exactly the way you want and bring all the results in the world and give you guarantees. People who want the magic pill, it's related to taking ownership. That means they don't own their business. They want to outsource whatever it is to someone else and just expect the outcome. If you had the magic pill, guess what? You're gonna be a trillionaire, because right now it doesn't exist. So if you want a magic pill, you're hoping that you can just pay someone and everything will be taken care of and you don't have to do anything. Guess what? You're gonna experience a lot of pain. So those are my 7 things or 7 traits of people who shouldn't be in business. So you gotta ask yourself this question: am I any one of those 7 things? If you're one of those 7 things, you will struggle. If you're a combination of those 7 things, you will die. You will die either a slow and painful death or a crashing and burning. Business is really difficult. It's a gladiator sport. Don't even try and enter the arena unless you are prepared to be a gladiator. Jack says all the wealth is created by a business, but unfortunately, not all businesses create wealth. It ain't easy. Yes, absolutely. That is a brilliantly put comment, Jack. There is a huge prize if you get it right, but a lot of people end up dying in the process.
Oh dear.
I do have something that I want to end with, and I want to say, look, why am I telling you this? Because I want you to know what you're getting yourself into, and I want you to know the risk. You might see the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis that people post on Facebook, but you don't see all the pain that they have to go through to get there. So there's a lot of risk, and you can really burn yourself, and you can really burn out. You can burn your relationships. You can put your health at risk. It's really tough, but I want to say this one thing. If you are prepared to grow and improve and overcome all the limitations in front of you, even if you are those 7 things that I just mentioned, then it is possible. It is possible. It is able to be done. You can come from not much. You can be completely broke and succeed in business. And actually, the majority of people who have succeeded are people who were completely broke, who were in dire circumstances. That's because they had no other option. They had to use business as a means of succeeding, because they're the type of people who probably struggled to get jobs. The type of people who struggled to fit into anything else. So they had to make it work. They had no choice. Be careful of those 7 things, right? Because if you possess any of those 7 things, you will really, really struggle, and you will find that business is frustrating. It's hard, and you are going to suffer a lot of pain throughout the whole process. So those are my 7 things. I would say, you know what? If you had the courage, overcome them. Overcome them, and the prize is good in every single way. If you can achieve what you want to achieve and set your business up in a way that it suits your lifestyle, it suits you doing what you absolutely love, you can create a beautiful lifestyle. You can create beautiful level of freedom. You can create a legacy. You can contribute to the world in a significant way. You can contribute to charities. You can help the less fortunate. You need to be able to work on yourself. So personal growth is a great prerequisite for being in business and being successful. The people that I know who are successful in business have all gone through a journey of personal growth, massive personal growth.